What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dollywood recreation. Thanks for joining me here again on episode number 4. Today I have a really cool episode for y'all. I'm going to be doing Timber Canyon, the pathway that leads up to Thunderhead, and it actually technically continues all the way down to Mystery Mine and all that. But today I'm going to get the pathway all the way to Thunderhead basically finished out. It's not a lot of work. It's a lot of terrain and foliage, as you can see here, and then at the beginning here there's some fencing and everything. But it really isn't that much work when you think about it. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Working on the Timber Canyon. As you can see, I have the sign here already, and starting to kind of get this main entrance plaza to Timber Canyon done. So yeah, you might wonder how I got all the path and terrain to be right. Well, I can answer that with a few clicks here. That is done with a simple floor plan. And if you don't know what a floor plan is, go watch the video linked above now. But essentially, it's a giant billboard, or a few giant billboards, that allows me to recreate all of Dollywood one-to-one to the exact scale. And I came up with a little, I guess, the numbers to help the billboard be that one-to-one scale. So you can, again, go check out the video that's linked below. But it's gonna help me a lot get this recreation fit into this park, because we have a lot of space to work with, but not as much as I thought. I will say Big Bear Mountain is going to be way squeezed in there. Like, I don't know if that's going to fit yet. Tennessee Tornado just barely fits, as you can see here. And then I haven't tried the other coasters or anything, because everything else looks like it's going to work. But yeah, this is helping me get that one-to-one scale. So I've been able to see where everything goes exactly according to Google Maps. So that's an exciting update for me, because it means that I can literally just follow the Google Maps kind of template. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the next update, which will have a lot more work done on Timber Canyon here. So let's go to the next update. Okay, so welcome to update 2. I kind of decided I did enough work to where I could update y'all on what I've done, so I'm doing just that. For starters, this is kind of the entrance trail to Timber Canyon. As you can see, the sign's way back there, and on this trail we have this nice little fence that's sort of kind of falling apart in real life, actually, and it's meant to look like that, so I think I recreated that pretty well. And then over here we just have a bunch of trees and plants and rocks and stuff. Over here is actually a fence that on the other side has backstage. And there's some like plants and trees to sort of block or add some shade here. There's actually a really cool story behind this sign here, the Little River Railroad and Lumber Company. I'll let y'all look into that. It's actually really cool. It's sort of like a museum that the park pays homage to. And I also think it's maybe where they got their train from, but or their locomotive from. I may be wrong there, but yeah, maybe add that in the comments. I don't actually know about that. But yeah, anyways, the museum is pretty cool. I also made these lights, and actually this one over here is better because I added this banner as well that they really have in real life. They have this Dollywood banner advertising the park and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really proud of this light, how it looks sort of old western, so I thought that looks good. Continuing on now, I have some more theming. More lights, and then we actually hit the Timber Canyon Plaza, established 1901. We have nice little rock beds and trees in those, completely based off of, what it really looks like in real life. Right here is the entrance gate into the backstage. I still need to finish up this bit right here, but that's how you get into backstage, and then you can actually go across this plaza from the road here. So there's actually an access point from the road all the way across through the plaza into backstage. So that's pretty cool. Going up the trail now, we have some more theming, like boxes and crates hanging around, more lighting, and then we start to change our terrain a little bit. We start to go up, and this is right here where that terrain change happens. It kind of zigzags on itself and goes up there. So we're going to come here. Of course, again, we have that fence on our left that's fallen apart, or supposed to look like it anyways. And then up here we have these nice saw decorations and more crates and stuff. These saws are actually from the Western update that just happened, so that's pretty cool. I also am really proud of the tree houses that actually sit here in the park. They're sitting on top of the old reused light post kind of things. And I just used art pieces to remake those, so I'm actually pretty happy with them. I like how colorful they are. And again, I also reused them here, because there's another one of them here. And by the way, when you're up here, you can really notice that terrain change now, because you're higher than that pathway system there. Again, some more tree houses, and then we go under the railroad truss. Still sort of a work in progress with the terrain and everything over here, because this is kind of where I ended for this update. So yeah, that's kind of the end progress point, but I think I got a considerable amount of work done. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, and especially the truss bridge is starting to grow on me. I didn't like it at first, but now I'm starting to realize, yeah, it's looking a lot better. These I might change. I think this is concrete in real life. Right now I'm using some like metal pillar or something. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, I might change those out, and I think they're not black. I think they're just like this washed out gray. But yeah, that's really all for this update. I got a lot of work done, and I'm really happy with how especially this part turned out with all the foliage and everything. So the next part is going to be the graveyard here. I have a sort of outline, and I'll probably just go ahead and finish up the pathway in general, and then I'll have a third update kind of just rounding the entire area out. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to that third update now. So I lied. I said I was going to do the rest of this path. I ended up not doing it because I actually spent a lot of time on this. So I'll finish that up in the last update, but I am pretty happy with how the actual graveyard has turned out. I think it's called Lumberjack Graveyard, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Lumberjack Graveyard. There's a sign there. But let's walk through kind of what happens. So obviously you pass under the truss bridge, and you come to this little seating area that has this nice little stone thing. There's a little coffin that's I think open in real life, where you can take a picture in it. So a nice photo off there. You have a steep hill, so they have a sign that says, hey, beware wheelchairs and stuff. Be careful. And then over here, they actually have showers that don't work anymore. I think water still comes out, but I don't know if it's like fully functional. But those are showers, and they used to work, which is really strange. And those, I think I did a pretty good job recreating this little thing there. Of course, you have the actual graveyard itself, which, by the way, with the actual gravestones and tombstones and everything, we have this sense of like comedy that makes the park shine. Like, I'm not gonna show all of them because I'll let y'all explore that by yourself, but like, Hickory Dickory son went out to have some fun. The tree was dead, fell on his head, Hickory Dickory was done. Like, stuff like that is what makes parks or theme parks shine in general. And Dollywood does it flawlessly, and this is just one example of it. Of course, this is the Lumberjack Graveyard, as I mentioned, and I had a pretty fun time recreating it and doing some of the tombstones here and the signs. Again, I'll let y'all explore that, and y'all can look more at what all those signs say. They're actually really funny, and I'll probably add a few more. But yeah, y'all can look at that because I will post this park, you know, on the workshop when I'm done. Okay, let's see. What else have I done? I think that's generally it. There are some nice flowers and stuff, and there's actually scenage up here, theming and stuff like wagons and everything. And that's just going to be all connected into here. So, the final update will feature a final area, probably get some more trees and foliage in here, and just finish up the entirety of Timber Canyon. So let's get into that. So that's going to do it for the updates on the path to Thunderhead. This part of Timber Canyon is now complete, and as you can see from the above view, we have a lot done, especially with all the greenery. It's starting to look really good. I'm just going to actually walk through backwards on what I left off on. So this is kind of where I ended this little area right here. Actually, there's a building in this area, and I thought that's going to kind of be incorporated into the actual Thunderhead area, so I'm going to wait to do that. But where I actually ended was right here. There's a little retaining wall, some more lights, and really it's just this nice little quaint path. Oh, I forgot, I need to put the speakers in. I'll do that off camera, but that will be in the park link in the description. But anyways, yeah, it's very quaint. It's not a lot going on. There are some crates and barrels here and a rough cut shop where you can buy some pickaxes, shovels, and I believe there's normally saws there, but we didn't get that with the update. So maybe if we get more saws or something later on, I'll put those in. There's some crates and wagons and everything, and there's like this wagon that says tonics, herbs, snake oil, potions, elixirs, and all that fun stuff. And then we're right back to the Lumberjack graveyard. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. As you can see, it's very shady in this area. I really like that because that's how it really is in real life. And then that's really it. So if I fly through kind of the rest of what I did today, you can see we've done really a lot. And yeah, I'm really proud of what I did with this part of Timber Canyon. And again, this will be on the Frontier Workshop. You can click the link in the description. And yeah, you can download it and take a look at it yourselves. But that is going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember, as always, to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications if you do enjoy the content. As always, I will catch y'all later, and have a great day. Peace.